2023 was an amazing year for Tekken as a whole, and despite the ups and downs, it was an incredible year for Pakistani Tekken. We wanted to celebrate the competitors who achieved so much this year with this end of year's ranking list. So without further ado, here's the top 10 list for 2023. Starting off at number 10, we have Faisalabad's own Dawood Sikandar. Dawood's year got off to an amazing start with his stellar performance at Takedown as he earned 4th place at Pakistan's flagship event. His run included wins against some incredibly tough competition, including Sefi Black, AK, and Ulsan. While his other results in 2023 weren't as consistent, he still managed to rack up some impressive wins and performances, including 4th at the Pakistan PC Gamers Tournament. Here's hoping we get to see Dawood showcase his Alyssa skills internationally next year for Tekken 8. At 9th place, we have the commendable Hafiz Adil, someone with an incredibly consistent record throughout the majority of Pakistani dojos this year. Besides consistently making top 8s, perhaps the most impressive trait of Hafiz's performances this year has been his winning record against Arsalan Ash, proving to be a major foil for him at local events. Hafiz ended the year with a solid 9th place at his first international tournament in Thailand. At number 8, we have the young Akuma main, Farzeen. At a glance, Farzin's domestic results are nothing to scoff at. At only 21 years of age, Farzeen has consistently entered the top 8 in numerous tournaments this year, with his best result being a 2nd place finish at Havoc 2. However, when you take a deeper look into the struggles he's had to overcome, his performance in 2023 becomes even more impressive. Just days after getting dropped by his sponsor, Farzeen overcame the odds to finish 5th at Takedown with impressive upset wins against Khan and AK. Farzeen then followed that up with a win over Knee at EVO, claiming 13th in the biggest tournament of the year. Even without Akuma in Tekken 8, the future is still definitely bright for Farzeen. Another prodigy takes his place with Hafiz Tanveer's entry at number 7. Whenever this kid comes to play, you know he's ready to produce shockwaves. At Havoc 1, Hafiz annihilated the country's best Tekken players, including Arsalan, Hira, and Atif, only to just come up short of 1st place after Atif reset the bracket. A few months later, at his first international event, he produced more upsets by beating Knee, CBM, Joka, and Arsalan to claim 4th. These performances were mind-blowing to all those watching from home, and his other consistent placements throughout the year's dojos earned him a spot in this year's top 10. At number 6, we have Khan, or as he's endearingly known by his compatriots, Lala. Khan faced an absurd amount of criticism in the first half of the year due to inconsistent results, and especially after his inclusion in the Gamers 8 lineup. However, Khan did what he does best and shut all of his doubters up with an incredible, undefeated run at Gamers 8, being a monumental reason for Pakistan's win at the tournament. We must remind you that in a tournament with over $500,000 on the line, he was the only undefeated player. We can go on and on about his Gamers 8 performance, but he also notched up some impressive performances locally and got 9th at EVO. When Tekken 8 comes out next year, you know for certain Lala will shut down the critics once again. Noman Chaudhary's appearance in the top 5 may surprise some, but to those clued in, it should come as no shock. Noman showed an incredible amount of consistency throughout the year's events and added some major tournament wins on top of that, including Havoc 2 and Zizalik Championship. This, alongside some impressive wins and a top 8 placing at Takedown, cemented his spot in this year's top 5. Hopefully we get to see Noman showcase his great Steve skills internationally during the Tekken 8 season. At number 4, it's Mr. Consistent himself, Hira Malik. Hira has been a mainstay in the Pakistan Tekken scene for over a decade at this point, but is still one of the strongest players in the country. Hira found himself in top 8 in almost every single local tournament he entered this year and finally broke his tournament duck by winning Ma'arka and Multan back in October. However, the feat that stands out the most is Hira's unbelievable loser's run at Takedown. Despite a shock upset against Sephi Black, Hira went on to win 8, I repeat, 8 matches in a row to make it to losers final, barely losing against eventual winner Atif 3-2 in one of the most memorable losers runs in Tekken 7 history. With that elusive tournament win finally behind him, Hira goes into Tekken 8 with a fresh new start. For a long time, the consensus top 3 in Pakistan was between Arslan, Atif, and Hira. However, with an incredibly impressive amount of tournament wins, it's safe to say there's a new number 3 in town. Ehsan Ali is undoubtedly the world's best Lei Wulong player, as showcased by his incredible run of form this year in Pakistan. Starting off with his impressive 9th place at Takedown, Ehsan went on to win 3 major dojo tournaments this year, including 2 breathtaking grand finals against reigning world champion Atif. While Ehsan's international form wasn't the greatest, his level of consistency and number of wins back home grants him a deserved top 3 spot in the ranking. Now, on to the big one. At number 2, we have Atif. There was almost nothing to separate number 1 and number 2, but take nothing away from what Atif has been able to achieve this season after his momentous TWT win. As the reigning world champ, Atif has gone on to achieve massive results, including wins at Takedown, IESF, and of course, he was the Gamers 8 MVP. One remarkable statistic is that at every Pakistani tournament Atif has attended this year, he always finished either second or first. Who knows how differently things would have worked out if Atif was able to attend more international tournaments, but at least he was able to cap off the year with a great win at Tiger Uppercut. At number 1, it's none other than the man himself, Arslan Ash. At the end of the day, it's tough to ignore an EVO champ, let alone a double EVO champ, a feat no other Tekken player in history has been able to accomplish outside of Arslan. Arslan started the year on a vengeance, winning EVO Japan, and while he came up just short against Atif at Takedown, his momentum continued throughout the year, including wins in Malaysia, Saudi, Combo Breaker, Korea, and of course, EVO. Arslan was the first player ever to record 2,000 points in a single Tekken World Tour season. And with all those factors above, the award can go to only one man, Arslan Ash. Let us know what you thought of our list. Do you agree with our choices or would you have picked someone else? Let us know in the comments below. Follow along with Baaz for all things Pakistani Tekken. Thank you for watching and thank you all for an amazing year.